I don't know if any of you ever did this, but we used to sit and make daisy chains when we were children. Make them into necklaces, little crowns for our heads. And we used to sit for hours in the sunshine and the grass, making these daisy chains as kids. These are the colours I've got going on in the garden to inspire me. Lovely springtime colours. And these are our daisy chain ankle bracelets. I'll show you the clasps. This one's got a lobster clasp. And this one's got, I don't know actually what these round ones are called. They've got that little bit that goes on them. And I've used split rings. And on this one I used some crimping beads. Crimped it there, look. And there, can you see that? Silver crimp. But you can use anything. You can just put your own beads through. I'll show you. I'm going to do a different ending on the next one. So you can use any kind of clasp that you want. But yeah, I thought some nice spring colours and some daisy chains. Nice springtime projects. So yeah, let's get going. Now, these are the ones I made yesterday. Sorry about the dog eating his dinner. You can see the difference between the 6.0 and the 11.0. Excuse my hands, been gardening. Yeah, so big difference between them. Yeah, they're the ones I made yesterday. Forget-me-nots and daisies. That's what's out in the garden, so yeah. Excuse me. I'm going to be making this daisy bracelet in with size 6.0 seed beads. Mine are Miyuki. I'm using £10 file line on a size 10 beading needle. But you don't have to use the same sizes. You can use whatever size you want, 11s and different thread, whatever. But I'm going to show you how to make a basic daisy chain bracelet because it's spring and I love the colours. I love daisies. It's just a really, really simple, easy pattern to make. So you're going to start off with 2 of your green, 1 white, 2 green. Thread them on your needle. I'm going to go around in a circle. So, and I'm not going to put any clasp on it right now. I'm going to do that at the end. In fact, no, I'm going to put. I'll start with the lobster, and actually, because we need a lobster claw on one end, so I may as well do that end first. So I'm going to take one of those split rings and a lobster claw. On the other end, I'm just going to use beads, some smaller beads, tiny beads, make this tiny, to make my loops, and that way I can make several so it can be adjustable. But I'll show you when we get to the other end. Now this is a fiddly bit, I've got to get this on that split ring, so this should be fun on camera. Not something I would normally do on camera. I'd normally do it first. I can't get my nail in there, hang on. It's reality. This is what we really face when we're trying to make these things. Oh, that is hard. Stick that nail in first, maybe. No, maybe that one's just too tight. Let's find another one. Sometimes they're stuck and you can't. They seem fused together. Let's go around, find the right bit there. It does not want to separate. That's annoying. I should have done this bit first. There you go. I've got my nail in there now. Once I've got my nail in there. I know. It's madness. I'm sure there must be a tool you can do this with. Oh, no, I've got to let it go. Hang on. Swap nails. Hang on, put this nail in. That's it. Try and scooch it round. You could just put the And this one, I'll just put it straight on, look, without the loop. But it's not quite so flexible. I mean, it's fine, it does fine. I've done loads of them like this. But it does have a better finished look if you can use a little ring with it. And then put it around. It's not easy. I won't pretend it is. Let's scooch it all the way around. And we're in. There we go. Done. Ugh. Yeah, so that bit's not easy. But then at least you know how to do it now. So attach that bit as well. Pull that down. Oh, not off your mat. And then we're just, like I say, going to go around in a circle. So go back up through all your beads. Make sure you don't miss any. Like so. And I'm caught in the corner of my tray. Right, so we're back to the beginning like so. So you go round in a circle and we've attached that. So I'm going to do a knot now. Go through that loop once, and then through this one twice. See, that one's called a surgeon's knot. I'm not very good at pulling it tight, my fingers are a bit, so that's it, use my pliers. Right, there we go, and I'm just going to reinforce that a few times by going just around, back through that thread path I've already been on, and that should pull the knot up inside my work. Just go around that a few times so it's nice and strong. Right. One more time. Because the last thing you want is for your work to break. So if you go around the clasp end a few times, especially your ends, because that's the bit that takes the pressure. You know, if you catch it on something and it pulls, you want this to be really strong. Should be pretty strong anyway. I'm using £10 fire line, so alright, one more loop round, because I really do hate it. I'm going to make someone a gift. I don't want it to break. That's yeah, not good at all. Just got my needle. Let's pull the needle off. You believe? Alright, so we're back. There we go. Done. So like I say, we were just reinforcing through those beads we've already been through, so it's nice and strong, and then come back through, ending up on the white bead. So as many times as you feel is necessary. I mean, I'm a bit overly vigilant with that. I like to really go round and round, especially my ends like that, so I know my work's secure. But you know, as many times as you feel, and depends on your thread. You might be using £6 thread, you might want to go through a few more times. I'm using £10 thread here, which is really strong because it's for an ankle bracelet. So once you've got that first little circle, I want to pick up 6 of your white. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 white. And you're coming out of that side of your white bead. You want to go in this side. So you're making another circle, really. There you go. Another circle. And I'll just flip it round. And then you want to pick up one of your yellow beads. And you're coming out of this one here. So you want to skip up 1, 2, 3, 4. Go through the 4th bead of that circle. Hold it nice and tight. You can pinch it like that. And then just make sure this bead goes on top. Like so, and pull. And it'll just pop in there, look. You've got to keep your tension nice and tight. Now I'm just going to go back round that circle to reinforce it. So down through these two, cross through those two there. And then you want it to be 1, 2, 3, 4 coming up this one, the fourth one. So might go through in one pull, but that's alright. So back up through the fourth one, and that's nicely reinforced there. So you're coming out of this bead here, so you want one green, one white, one green, and then you're coming up this side of this white bead, go in through the opposite side. Nice and simple. This is a really easy pattern for beginners. I know there's probably loads of videos out there on this, but this is what I'm making. I'm enjoying myself. The spring is here, and it's just nice to sit outside in the sunshine and make something really simple, relaxing, nothing too complicated. Just enjoy the sunshine in the spring. I find beading therapeutic, so you don't always want to do something complicated. You just want to enjoy yourself and relax. Sorry about this wobbling camera. Right, and there you go. That is basically it. So again, we're going to pick up 6 whites. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 white. Pull them down, and then you're going to go round in a circle. So you're coming out of this side of this white bead, going the opposite side of that white bead, and pull. Try and keep your tension nice and tight. Then we're going to pick up a yellow, 1 yellow, and we're going to count coming up this bead here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and go in through the 4th bead like so. And just pinch it with your finger like that, just to keep it nice and tight. When you get down here, make sure you pop that yellow bead on top and pull. Not just pop into place. And then again, you're just going to go round to reinforce and come back out from the same bead you're coming out of now. So all the way around, follow your beaded path, as they say, all the way around. Like so, until you're coming back out of that 4th bead, like so. And then it's 1 green, 1 white, 1 green, and then you're coming out this side of that white bead, you're going to go back in the other side of that bead, like so. And again, back to the green leaves. And the first white petal of our daisy. So we're going to go up through the first green. And I like to do them separately. I mean, you could go up and through both beads, but if you do it separately and give it a tug each time, keeps your tension nice and tight, and it makes this bead sit nicely in place instead of lopsided like it is now. So then when I go through this one, I'll pull, oops, scissors out my way, pull up through there and pull tight. And now it sits nicer, look. So that is just the pattern, each time repeating. So 6 white, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the white. 6 white beads. And again, coming out of this side of this white bead, you're going to go in through the other side, like so. Making a circle. So you work around. Unless you're left-handed and you're doing it the other way, then this is how I like to work. Right, so then you go 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to go through that 4th bead with your yellow. So up through the 4th bead. So you're following your circle round, look, in the same direction, and then pass that through there. Pop it over and pull. And then we're going to reinforce that circle, and then we're going to add this bit. So it's just repetitive, easy pattern. Something you can just do rhythmically in the sunshine in the garden. Me personally, yes, I'm going to sit on my swing chair in the garden, listen to the birds, relax, forget about the crazy world. I know a lot of people are stressed out with the war, COVID, all these other things we've had to put up with lately, so it's nice just to be positive, creative, make some nice springtime jewellery. So right, after we've reinforced that circle and we're coming back out with the fourth bead, again, one green, one white, one green, and you're coming out this side, so you're going in through that same bead on the opposite side. And this pattern just repeats, just keep repeating this pattern. So you go up through the green, and again I like to do it separately instead of just passing through both and pulling. I'll pass through this one first and give it a good tug, then through the white one and give that a good tug, and it makes it sit nice and straight. You can see there how nicely that sits. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And after this one I'll show you one more time and then let you go and crack on with yours, and I shall go and sit in the sunshine and finish mine. And when I get to the end I'll show you how to finish off and how to add your adjustable fastening at the other end made of loops. So I'll show you a couple more times. Right, 6 of your white, flip your work, and you're going to be proceeding in that circle. You're going to pick up a yellow, and in the same direction count up 1, 2, 3, 4, go through the fourth bead, down, and let that pop into place, just like so. Then we're going to reinforce, so we're just going back round in a circle, and we're going to come back out the same bead as what we're coming out of now. This is just to reinforce it, because you want your work to be nice and strong, especially if it's on someone's ankle. This is 10-pound fire line, so it should be able to hold a 10-pound fish thrashing about in the water. And if you've gone through it twice, well, that's double, isn't it? So should be good and sturdy. Right, then we go back out through the top. So I'll show you one more time. 1 green, 1 white, 1 green. Coming out through this white bead here, go in through the other side, the opposite side to what your thread's coming out. So again, we're just making loops. I guess this is just right angle weave, I suppose, but it's just round, round, round. And it really is a simple pattern. You can sit in your garden in the sunshine, have a little bead, forget about the worries of the world. It's pretty grim out there, it really is. I don't like war and killing and all that sort of thing, so it's quite depressing. But rather than watch the news, I think I'll just spend my time beading. Alright, so make sure that's straightened out. There we go. And 1, 2, 3. Let's just start together. 3, 4, 5, 6 of your white bead, and we're coming out of this side. You're going to go in through the opposite side. Flip it round, and again following around, pick up your yellow, count 1, 2, 3, and go through the 4th bead in your circle and pull gently. That should just pop into place. There you go, like that. And give it a tug. And then we're going to go around, reinforce our work. And that's all this step is for, is just literally to strengthen it all up. And then up through to the 4th bead. Put it on 1. And then we're ready to go again. With our 1 green, 1 white, 1 green. And that's going to be coming out, going back in the opposite side to the bead we're coming out, like so. So yeah, keep going until you get to the length you want. On this one, let's see, let's count them. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 daisies on that one. And I'm quite skinny, well, slim, whatever you want to call it. I've only got a 6-inch wrist, so when I make bracelets, they don't often fit anyone except children. So, yeah, I've got quite skinny ankles as well. So depending on your size is how many you want. But, like I said, I'm going to show you how to make an extendable end on this end. Instead of giving you one of these hoops, I'm going to make my own end, and you can make several sizes with it. So, even if you make it slightly too small, don't worry, when we get to the end, we can fix it. But just literally put it around your ankle, try it for size, you know, and see how it fits. Obviously it's for an ankle, not a wrist, but if I was doing the wrist, I'd be measuring like so. And I'd, yeah, probably only need that many daisies. So yeah, carry on beading up your daisies, and I'll carry on beading up mine. I'm probably going to go and sit in the sunshine with coffee and enjoy my beading, listening to the birds singing, and you never know, I might see Rue. I doubt it, she's already been out. If anybody wants to know how she is today, she comes out about 6 o'clock now. She's obviously trying to beat the blackbirds and all the other creatures out to the food in the morning, because they've all noticed, the robins, the blackbird, they've all noticed me feeding her, and they all seem to follow wherever we go in the garden. So she doesn't like the competition, so she comes out very early, about 6 o'clock. We had a lovely play this morning. Maybe I'll put a little video clip on the end of this so you can see Rue. We had a lovely play in the garden, yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And yeah, put a little bit of Rue on the end for you so you can see how she's getting along, those of you who like to. And if not, you can just wrap it up at the end of our tutorial. But I could do a quick 30-second clip of Rue playing this morning in the garden in the morning sun. It was quite frosty and cold, but it was bright and sunny here in the UK. So yeah, I'll leave you to it then. Just keep repeating this pattern. Your 6 white, your yellow in the middle, and then your green and white for your leaves and your beginning of your next flower. So it's as simple as that. It really is 1, 2, 3, 4. A really easy pattern. I mean, I'm managing to chat to you and carry on without, you know, having to count out or focus too hard. It's a really simple, rhythmic, you know, once you get the pattern, you can really go at quite a pace, and it builds really quickly, this, through the 4th. It builds really quite quickly, as you can see, and it's such a simple pattern that you can just sit rhythmically beading and relax, listen to the birds, and that's what I'm going to do. So yeah, keep going, and I'll meet you when we get to the other end and show you how I'm going to do the rest of the clasping, because you don't want to sit and watch me bead the whole thing, because we've got quite a ways to go. So yeah, I'll go finish that, sit in my swing chair in the sunshine with a coffee, and I'll get back to you when we're ready to do the other end. Okay guys, happy beading. Enjoy. Right, once you've got back to this point and you're coming out of your fourth bead here, so I've got my length, I'm coming out my last flower. So I'm going to pick up 1, 2, 3, 4 of the green. And I'm coming out this side, so I'm going to go back in the other side of that same bead. Oops, not 2, just the 1 like that. Right, and if you were adding a loop, you would have added it at this point here. You'd put it on like you did, like we did with the first end. So if you're just adding a simple loop, you want to add that now, unless you're using a jump ring. So yeah, so I've done that. What I now need to do is reinforce it a few times. Just keep going round in a circle, just to reinforce that and make it nice and strong. So you can go through as many times as you want. I'm obviously going to go through a few times because, like I said, I don't like my work to break. Nothing worse, than make a gift for somebody and then it would fall apart. That would be awful. And all your hard work, you don't want it being let down on the loop at the end, because that really is the bit that's going to take all your pressure. The end where your clasps are going to be. So, good few times. Don't forget I'm using £10 file line here, so this is going to be super strong. Absolutely no worries about that breaking. Right, so one more time, and then as I go around this time, I'm going to make some little knots, because I'm going to have to take this thread off, because we're done here now with this. Right, so make some knots as I go. I might do a few on the way around, it will strengthen it up as well, to be fair. I quite often like to do that on my ends. Knots will give it a bit of extra strength. And you know that's never coming undone. So I've knotted mine all the way through. And then I'm just going to take it down through that last bead here. Do one more. That's that last knot, and I'm just going to pass through here. Pop the knot inside that bead. So, where's my scissors? And snip. I came indoors because it's a bit breezy out there and it's much easier to make sure we've got a controlled environment. Right, so that's your end there. Now take some 15 seed beads, the tiny mini ones, and we're going to make a loop. So I'm going to say maybe 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 of your 15 seed beads. Right, so I'm going to take that down. I'm going to pass my needle through here, through this, just through the middle, not through any beads, just through the middle. Ooh, don't catch that. Right, And the same as we did at the beginning, we're just going to make a circle going round like this to start with. So go back up through all your beads and make sure you don't miss any. That's fine, come out wherever. Oh, my voice went then. Still recovering from my flu. I've got antibiotics from the doctor because I had a bit of a sinus and chest infection. So yeah, still got a husky voice and still coughing a little bit and a bit sinusy, but it's getting a lot better. Right, let's just get that tail thread away. It's a little bit fiddly, but once you get the first one on, it'll be easy. Get through there, you. Right, let's cut the next lot of beads. And get that all the way around till you're coming back out of the same bead where you started, which is on this side, and it doesn't want to pull through. So I'm going to go back through here just so I can get to the other side. That's it, then we're back where we started. So pull that up tight, and we're going to tie a knot. And then go through the loop twice, doing the surgeon's knot. It's nice and secure. Given that you've got the knot, I'm using £10 file line, it's probably not going to go through too many times, but if you're using £6, you could probably go through a few more times than me. I am going to go through one more time, through all these beads. Like I say, you can probably go through those twice if you're using a £6 file line. Right, that knot's tucked in now, so we're going to snip that off. Yeah, make sure you pull your knot up inside your beads before you snip your thread, because you don't want to cut on the knot. And another knot here. That's nice and secure. And through a few more beads. Put my knots in as I go. Oops, sorry, went out of frame there. And I've joggled the table. Sorry. Right, up through a few more. Like I say, you probably only get round one more time if you're using £10 file line, which I am. If you're using 6, you might get another couple of passes through, and you might want to use a size 12 beading needle. But I'm going on with the £10 thread, so yeah, just keep going all the way around like that till you come back to the beginning. And once you've done all your knots and you're happy, snip your thread. And that's your first loop. Now, then we're going to do the same again. We're going to pick up 15 of our 15 seed beads. 1, 2, 3, oops, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Right, got our 15 beads. We're just going to pop through this loop that we've just made. And we're going to go back through all the beads. Again, like I say, you can use a size 12 beading needle if you're more comfortable without using 15 O's. but because I've got £10 file line here, I'm only going to go through twice. So I'm not going to bother with changing size needles. As I said, like this time it's easier because you're on your loop is going through your other 15 O's, so you've got more room to wiggle around with your needle. Just go through a few at a time like that if you need to. Go through them all at once because it's a little bit awkward. Right, keep going till you come back to the thread where you're coming out here to your tail thread. So I think that's 2 more, yeah. Right, so your tail thread's here. Somewhere, there it is. Right, so you're going to make a knot. Loop twice. Right, then we're going to pull that knot up inside our work and go around, secure it all. Make sure we're going through all the beads, like so. And once you pull that knot up inside, get rid of this other annoying tail thread. But yeah, be sure and pull it through the beads first, or otherwise you could cut on the knot, and then obviously your work will come undone. So you don't want to ever cut on a knot. Oops, I'm over to the side again. Sorry about that. Don't know why. Like a crab veering sideways. Right. Pull through. Like I say, we're just going back around. I can hear my neighbour calling the puppy. They got a gorgeous little puppy. I can hear my neighbour calling it in the garden. That's starting Apollo off, having a little bark. And yeah, believe me, that's a little bark. He can bark. He's got a big old bark, my dog. It's a good job he doesn't do it very often. Oh, I don't know if I've missed one there. Anyway, yeah, keep going round, tie some knots until you're happy that you've gone all the way and secured it enough. Like I say, you might have £6 file line and want to go through this 3 times, which you probably could. Oh, I think I'm back to the beginning. Right, so pull that through, and then I'm going to snip that off. Now I don't really need these extender bits on mine, but if you're making it for someone else, or if you're doing it for someone you don't know, then yeah, this is perfect because, you know, like if you're selling them at the craft fairs or something, there. So you see, you could go ahead and put a 3rd one, a 4th one, so it can extend as long as you want it to go. But that's how you make your little extender chain. So yeah, if you wanted it to be able to extend further, yeah, for instance, maybe you might run out of beads, for instance. You might be short a couple of flowers. Then you could make these chains a bit bigger. You could add more than 15 beads, say add 20. I think they look nice when they're small and they're neat though, because it looks like a nice neat little chain. So yeah, I just add 15 beads and make these little loops. So it's like a little chain, and that extends it nicely. Because as well, if you wanted to sell them at a craft event, you know, you don't know what size people are going to be, so that way it's adaptable, and it looks really cute. So that's how it's done. Oops, loop it through the first one, and then yeah, that bit will just hang down and you wouldn't even notice it. So there you go, how to make your daisy chain bracelets. So there we go, all done. It took me about 15 minutes after that first bit when I went and sat outside and finished this chain off. So yeah, didn't really take long. It's not a long project, it's easy. Like I say, very rhythmic, relaxing. Yeah, a really fun little project. You could sit and make half a dozen of these in a day. Make them for your friends, your family, and it just looks so pretty on your ankle. So yeah, you can make them any colours. I've got some pink. I was going to do some pink ones. And I might do some orange, maybe. And maybe some shiny blue. But yeah, you can do any colour you like. So yeah, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Enjoy your beading. Yes, relax, enjoy the world, enjoy the sunshine if you've got some in your part of the world. Here in the UK, the sun is out, it's glorious, and I'm going to go in the garden and relax. So thanks for watching, have a lovely day. From me, from Becca at Bead Pie, thanks very much. Bye, have a great day. Not a single scratch. Not one bite, not one scratch. Oh, maybe tiny, look. That's it. Considering the damage you could do, eh? I've got worse from the thistles and thorns from gardening.